Hello, I'm IBXToyCat, and welcome back to another feature preview. Feature previews are a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you features that are going to be included within the next big update for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation. We don't know whether that next big update is going to be called Tile Update 24, 25, or 27, but we do know that it's going to include features at least from 1.7 on the PC. So it might also include 1.8 features, but we know at the very least 1.7 features are included. And using that knowledge, we can actually use 1.7 PC gameplay, and I can show you all of the new features that are coming. So this is the update that changed the world, and one of the ways that it did change the world is through the introduction of new biomes. So I'm showing off the flower forest biome today, as well as all of the new flowers that come along with it, because there is more than 10 new varieties of flowers. They're all kind of weird, kind of exciting, and if you like flowers, even in the slightest, this is a really cool thing. Even if you don't like flowers, these are actually quite functional, and I'll explain how in the actual video, but please do like it. If you do like it, it would help out the channel a lot, and it lets me know that you liked it. But let's get straight into the video, shall we? So let's start with the flowers that we already had on the consoles before now, which is actually the yellow flower and the rose. So these two flowers have both been changed the tiniest bit. The yellow flower has just been renamed to the dandelion, which makes sense because, you know, just calling everything like red flower, yellow flower, blue flower doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. And the rose, for some reason I don't understand, has been renamed to the poppy. So they both do the same thing. You can craft them into dyes, which makes this useful for yellow dye, this one useful for red dye, and you could probably combine them and get the orange dye if you wanted to. But, you know, that's not where the flowers end now, because there is a ridiculous variety of new flowers, some of which spawn in specific biomes, but almost all of them spawn in the flower forest biome. So you'll spot a flower forest biome because I'm sure you can spot it because of just how many flowers you can see around. Like, look over there, look over there. There's just so many new flowers all over the place. And let's start covering all of these one by one, shall we? So first of all, we have the Allium Flower. So this is a kind of, I guess, magenta color flowered, and basically looks like this. As you can see, it's very different to the rose and the yellow flower, and I think that's pretty cool in that regard. But yeah, so the reason this flower exists is because, one, you might want a slightly weird looking flower, or two, you can use it to make magnet dye, I think it is. Yeah, you can use it to get magnet dye. So if you need to get magnet dye to make magnetic glass, you don't have to combine dyes over and over again now. Now you can just use these flowers. And that's the majority reason why all of these new flowers exist, because they give you a, new opportunity to get all of these new things. So next up, we have the Azure flower, and this is a flower that looks like so. It's a very short flower compared to all of the other ones, and like with the one I just mentioned, this is true for a lot of them, you can use it to get light grey dye without having to combine bone meal and grey dye, which again, it's really nice that you can do all this stuff, because if you wanted specific colours of, stained glass before, or stained clay, you had to go through some weird processes with like multiple sets of dyes. Now it's become a lot easier, and yeah, let's move on to the tulips now, because there are 4 varieties of tulips, but they will all spawn in the same places, which is any plains biome, any sunflower plains, or any flower forest, and there's 4 varieties, so see if you can spot them all. But yeah, but just quickly, this is the pink flower. It looks a lot like the white one, but yeah, there's pink, there's white, there's red, which looks a little bit orangey, and then there's orange, which looks very orangey, in fact. So you can probably guess exactly what all 4 of these tulips do. It's the exact same thing where you pick them up if you want to get red dye, you can do so with the red tulip, and yeah, you can guess it's the exact same thing with all of these. I think tulips are the most good looking of all the flowers, so if you want a flower garden, using these tulips could do something really cool, like to have white and red in a little pattern. You can do a few cool things with that, and I think that's the main reason they exist, because most of them cover dyes that already exist, besides the orange one, but they are just they are a very pretty flower in my opinion, so that's that. So next up, let's show off the Oxeye Daisy, which is this thing just here. So if we pick this up, you can see this is the Oxeye Daisy, and it's exactly like a daisy in real life, as that's one of the flowers I do know in real life, and basically, if you use this, again, you can craft it, you'll get light grey dye. It has the same kind of function as the Azure Bluet, and yeah, that's that. But moving on, we have the Lilac Bushes, and this is where they start getting cool again, because they're at least, unique to look at, unique to see and stuff, and yeah, this is the lilac thing. So basically, this is one of the variety of like plants you can get that are too high, and again, the reason you want these is for dye. Well, that's one of the reasons, but you actually get 2 dye from them, so 2 magnets are from this one, from these big rose bushes over here. You can actually get, 2 red dye from this, and it's a way to get more dye if you can find lots of these, so quite cool in that regard. So, finally, we actually have the Peony, or the pony. I don't know how you pronounce flowers, but it's Peony is how it's spelled. And this is the flower just here. Basically, this is the exact same like kind of bush effect where you can use it like this and get yourself some pink dye, which is, again, the only way you can get pink dyes. So basically, all of these flowers exist so you can get new dyes, but the really cool thing is they add so much variety if you want to make a flower garden. So if you want to make like a bushy maze, because if you looking through this is difficult, you can do that. If you want to just like add like atmosphere, but add, like have some pretty cool stuff, again, that's I think these tool ones are for you. If you want to just have a really pretty flower garden, then there's so many tulip colors and they do a lot of good. It's getting dark, so we're gonna have to hurry up, it seems. seems. Basically, yeah, that's what all the flowers do there. And there is 2 other flowers that don't spawn in the flower forest. I figured I'd just mention them now because they are notable exceptions. So first of all, we have the blue orchids. So this is a flower that looks like this, and you can probably imagine it, turns into light blue dye. Basically, this will only spawn in swamps, so it gives swamps more of a purpose, because if you need to get light blue dye, going to swamps is a good reason. So I'm down with that. It makes swamps almost useful. And then we have the sunflower, which only spawns in the sunflower plains naturally. So very, very difficult to get flower, and I believe they face the sun, or they face the opposite way of the sun. It's a pretty useful thing in that regard, and it's also pretty cool. So yeah, that's the sunflower right there. It can be crafted into yellow dye, but it's mainly just a nice little flower. So many new flowers in this update, like I mentioned, more than 10 varieties, and together you can use them to do some cool things. Should we just change the time, because this is PC game time? Oh wait, no, it's /time set 1. See, this is what one of the things that's cool about PC. You can just set the time. But yeah, so basically, yeah, that's all the new flowers. They're really cool. They add a bunch of new ways to get dyes, and they're also kind of pretty. If that's not enough for you by themselves, they come with a few new biomes which give you opportunities to find them. But a lot of the time you don't have to run into them. Like if you don't want to run into tulips, you don't have to. And I think it's just cool that we have more variety in what was for the longest time just 2 flowers. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be saying for this video. Please do like it if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do feature previews and cover all the sorts of news to Minecraft console updates, and I'm sure you like that sort of thing. And next week is something I'm considering. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to cover the ice spikes biome, because if you look over there, it's a very cool looking biome, and people are always like, oh, are you going to do that? And I figured good idea would be to cover it. So let me know in the comments down below if you want me to cover the ice spikes biome. Very, very weird biome. Also, look how close it is to the forest here. Please do like the video. Yeah, I already said that stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.